10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Well, hello. Happy
That caught me
Sunday.
off guard. I was getting ready to go over and say hi to Smoky Mountain Wander there.
It's like, oops. Oh, yeah, we started. Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Hello. Oh, my
Okay.
goodness. What a weekend. What a weekend.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody out there. We are 5 people away from 300. Please, please, please share us out. Share us
Does that tell you
out.
how much I haven't been paying attention? I didn't even look.
Yeah, we got 5 more people till 300. We need, I think it is now 500 to get monetized. So,
Yeah.
let's work
Plus,
towards that, everybody.
like
Just share us
3,000
out.
watch hours, and there's
Yeah.
some other things thrown in there. So it
Yeah.
hurts my brain.
Yeah, it hurts mine too. I'm a little bit hoarse today, and I'm sorry about that for everybody. Randy and I have been very busy, very, very
Yeah.
busy this weekend. And
Yep.
I got home at 4:00 this morning. I got some rest during today, but yeah.
I got home about 4:30 from doing the same thing you were doing, only in a different area.
Exactly. Well, let's talk about yours. Let's talk about yours. Because
Okay.
I mean, we do talk about where you went a lot. So let's
Yeah.
talk about what you did.
Well, last night, I mean, we had several friends. I got a call in the middle of the week. Hey, we're pulling together a hunt this weekend. We want to go several different spots in East Texas. I was like, all right, cool. My daughter just came in for a wedding we had last week. She came in from England. And I said, hey, this just happened to fall in my lap. She's like, okay. That took a lot of arm wrangling, to
Yeah,
get
I'm
that
sure
happen.
that did. Ow,
It was Abby, and you've been on one with Abby, so yeah, she was like, let's see, yeah. I almost had like 5 of us going, but I had 4 of them cop out. So anyway, it was me and her, and we ended up going to Mineola to meet up with the guys in Mineola. We ended up going to a place called New Hope Cemetery. Okay,
Mhm.
it's been, and you know how I am about cemeteries. I'm not a big cemetery guy, but the people I know and trust there that have done it, they say we've got activity here, we've got activity there, we've done this, we've done that, we've gotten this, we've got that. I'm like, okay, well, I want to check it out with them. And I'll tell you right now, while I don't think anything was, how can I put it, was intelligent, really, there was a little bit of an intelligent haunting going on where the people were getting touched, and my daughter even got tapped on the top of her head by the tall man, is what they called him.
Yeah.
She's like, but it wasn't malevolent. She's like, it's just like somebody patting you on the top of the head. I was like, okay, well, but where I had gone to at another part of the cemetery, I could distinctly see shadows, and we had no lights or anything. I was doing with my eyes, so they could have been playing a little bit of tricks on me, but I'm seeing shadows go across. I'm like, okay, well, this is kind of weird. Now, I was the only one getting any real hits with my K2, but it wasn't boom, boom, and staying or something with you. Other than one lady, she had one right next to her the whole time. She didn't even have her phone on her or anything, and she had this entity, I'm gonna assume an entity, right next to her on her hip the entire freaking time. It
Huh.
never changed. But where I was at, it was like something was going across, ding, 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 gone. Ding, 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 gone. That kind of deal. And as
Right.
I'm watching it, I'm like, there's no doubt in my mind, this is all residual. Everything I'm seeing is residual. And this is the area where the Creek Indians, from what I was told, were plentiful at one time. And I
Mhm.
was like, okay, well, this could make a little bit of sense. And so it was fun. While nothing really reaches out and grabs you or anything like that. I did get something touching back of my neck again, and it's gotten to that point where every time I go, I start getting it, and I'm like, this must be happening. She must find me. The little Abigail girl must find me when I go there and say, I'm going to follow this guy for a while. So we did that, and then we went to an old farmhouse. It was built in the 1930s. That had been there for several years. The lady and the old man that owned it, they how can I put it? They lived there forever. I mean, the lady died at 104 in the house. The man died at like 93 or 95 in the house several years before her, I'm assuming. But after that, the children didn't take care of it or anything. They just kind of rented it out, and they rented it to some crackheads, according to
Mhm.
what the guy told me. Rented it to crackheads, and they almost destroyed the house. They almost destroyed it. So
Yeah.
we went in, and the guy that we were with, he's looking into buying it and kind of, shoring it up. It was not dilapidated to the point it was falling down because there had been some work done on it and stuff. But the original rooms were all intact still, and the original flooring was still intact. Ceilings were kind of coming in, and we had a couple of wasps that were coming down and such like that. That's how warm it was. We're back to the warmth where I got wasps coming around again. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
But as we're sitting in there, we separate up. We got, and every room can almost see itself. It's not really like a shotgun house, but every room is where you can easily see them. And me and my daughter Abby are in the room that's right in front of the bathroom. Which in the old days, when they come out of the bathroom, they come into the smoking room where the old men would have their pipes and stuff like that ready to fire up after they came out of the bathroom type thing. We smelled pipe tobacco. We were smelling something original. We thought it was kind of, well, maybe it's this, maybe it's this. And my daughter's like, that smells like a tobacco or something. But it wasn't a cigarette smoke. You know what I mean? Because we had several that smoked, but they weren't smoking in. Well, one guy I think smoked in the house, but either way, it was really smoking in the house. But it wasn't cigarette smoke. It was definitely pipe tobacco. When it finally dawned on me what I was smelling, I was like, this is the stuff that your granddad went in there and got out of his can and shoved into his pipe, and you had that distinct smell about it.
Right.
And same thing. I hope I wasn't blowing anybody out. I just noticed that my gain was way up there. But so I'm like, this is kind of cool. And she's like, this is exactly what it smells. But when you walk from the room we were at into where the kitchen was, they had their ghost boxes going, and this one voice came across and said, I count 7. And there were 7 of us in there. The minute that came across, you go into the kitchen and it smelled like somebody was making breakfast. You could smell the maple
Really?
syrup. Yeah, you could smell the
Oh
maple
my, that would
syrup.
be fun.
It was wild.
That's something I've never had happen where you could actually smell like a meal. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I've
Yes.
never had that.
We all when we walked, everybody walked in the room, and we might have suggested it to each other. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we didn't cause it, but one person's like, I kind of smell maple syrup, and as I walked in, but when you go from tobacco to maple syrup, you can distinctly tell the difference.
Yeah.
And you could tell the difference big time. There was another part where the old lady would come through. Her name was Mary, from what we understood, and her husband was Walter. We're just saying Walter. We don't know for sure if that's his name, but that's kind of the feeling we got. But we go in, we like, okay, so everybody goes back to the room. We're doing some more EVPs and stuff, and it smells like baby powder in this other room. There's other people that are in another room says, we're smelling like baby powder. You walk in there and it smells like the old powder puffs, that talcum / baby powder that they would powder themselves with. It's what it smelled like. I'm like, this is wild. I've never had smells like this before. I expected to go in there and smell nothing but musty old whatever, and and other than that, I mean, we had the smells. We had a lot of stuff on the ghost box, and there was a point where I'm looking at Abby face to face. We can barely see each other. And as I turn toward the window, there is a man, and a shadow of a man, I'll say, was right next to me. And he was about 6'2". It was a big shadow right there. And she's like, and right as I went to reach, she's like, you see him too? Like, what? What do you mean you see him too? She saw him there as well. And it went off again as I went to the bathroom and stuck my head in. I got a big whiff of the pipe tobacco, and as I did that, it went almost through me by her because she felt it brush by. From that point on, I didn't smell another bit of pipe, no tobacco at all. It was gone. And we were like, okay, this is all cool. I wish I could really quantify this versus just experiencing it. I really wish I could have. because there were spots that we were just like, this is amazing. And, when we get ready when I'm hoping and praying I get some stuff on the actual recorder, because I recorded the entire thing. I recorded the entire session, the 2 hours or whatever we were in there. I recorded every bit of it. So I've got to go through it all. But it was wild to the point that my daughter had her hand on me just so it would quote unquote keep her grounded. That's how kind of wild it was. It wasn't malevolent. It wasn't like they were trying to get you, but they were there. So
Right.
it was,
Wow.
it was wild. It was really wild.
That's crazy. I mean, I love the places where, the smells, like I said, are, a prominent thing.
Yeah,
And it's cool how you're just like, where did that smell come from? You
exactly.
know?
And that's what we were doing. We were trying to figure out where we placed it, because a lot of these guys that were in there, several people had never smelled pipe tobacco before. And I had pipe smokers all through my life,
Right.
you know.
Right.
I knew what pipes, but I hadn't smelled it in years. So when she said it's kind of like a pipe, I think, or a cigar or something, I think she said, "Oh my God, I'm smelling not Prince Albert. It was a different pipe tobacco, like a cherry Cavendish type pipe tobacco." And I
Yes.
was like, "That's what I'm smelling. I'm smelling it, not heavy cherry, but I'm smelling that pipe tobacco." I'm like,
Right. Yeah, that cherry has a distinct smell. Very
"Yeah,
sweet.
definitely,
Very sweet.
100%." Yeah, and that's what made me think. At first, I was smelling remnants coming from the front room, or from
Mhm.
the kitchen, remnants coming in of the maple syrup, but it wasn't. It was him. He was there with us the whole way in that room. There's no doubt in my mind now after looking back on it.
Right. Yeah.
So, but
That that was pretty
that,
cool.
yeah, it was interesting. One of the best ones I've had there. So what happened with you though?
Well, I went to Arcadia Valley Academy, which
Okay.
is now a wedding venue. It used to be all kinds of things through the past. It was turned into a hospital in the Civil War, but it eventually turned into um, I don't want to say a nunnery, but the nuns
Yeah.
bought it, where they were the last owners of this building. There is a big church in the middle. There's a priest house. There's a school. There's a laundry house. There's all of these buildings on this location,
Yeah.
and I had some interesting things happen. Also, I mean, we had gone up. There was five of us had gone up to the top floor, and
Uh-huh.
you always hear the stories about all the activity in a certain location in there,
Yeah.
and so we went to the location that everybody talks about. Well, we got nothing,
Yeah.
absolutely zero, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, that happens. It's just because that happened to somebody else doesn't mean it's going to happen to you. So we decided that we were going down into like the nuns' quarters,
Yeah.
and you have a big old room. Of course, I'm thinking they had like single beds lined up,
Yeah.
in there. Then
Yep.
there's a big huge like bathroom in the middle, and
Mm-hmm.
then you walk through it, and then there's another big huge rooms, where I guess they have the nuns, in there also.
Yeah.
Um, so we went to the farthest room and we decided to sit down, but we could see, like I said, you can walk through all of these rooms. It's kind of like a shotgun house, but
Yep.
you can see all the way down into the auditorium.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, and they had what's called a 360 paranormal puck. Now, what it is it's a light system that will light around 360
Oh,
degrees
okay.
as this thing moves.
Kind of like the net mesh type thing.
Yeah, kind of like that. So
Okay.
we sat that down, and we're standing in the middle of the room, and this is like towards the other side of the room, and then this thing goes off.
Yeah.
And they turned around, looked at me, and said, "That is the hardest thing to set off." And then we watched the lights move as the EMF was moving.
Yeah. Kind of
And
like
then it got
following
so
it where it's at.
bright.
Yeah.
Yeah, so bright, we were all laughing, and we're like, we can't see, blah, blah, blah. Can you turn it off? Can you turn it off? Well, it went off.
Oh Lord.
Okay. So we're just sitting there going, okay, maybe it's a fluke, maybe it's something. So we're just sitting in there, and then not 20 minutes later, this thing pops on again and starts moving.
Wow.
And the people who owned it were like, that's the first time it's ever turned on twice. ever.
What the man?
Yeah.
You just had all sorts of fun with that thing, didn't you?
All right. So, that was the first and last time it went on. The
Yeah.
first time and last time. That was it. It didn't come back on. But we were kind of sitting in the middle of this large room. Well, I was sitting more towards the center of it, so I had a good view of everything.
Yeah.
All the way down the hallway. And next thing you know, in the back, one of the ladies heard like somebody just saying
Yeah.
We're like, okay.
Did you say that? Did I say that? Did somebody say that?
Right. Yeah. What? Because we're checking with each other, debunk first, and then consider it as evidence second.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as we're sitting there, then we start hearing a male speaking.
What?
And I mean, singing or sitting there talking. And then we heard a woman singing right after that. Okay. So all this stuff is happening. And we're like, does anybody have a recorder on? And everybody's like, no.
Oh my gosh. Now, how many times have we been in places like that where we looked down and said, oh crap, I didn't have it on?
Exactly. So then, we had all the little beeps and toys and all this stuff in there.
Yeah.
But we weren't getting much activity off of these things at all. But as we were sitting in the middle, something touched my leg.
Yeah.
And I was sitting down and I hit the floor thinking something was there touching my leg and I was going to swat it. I didn't know what it was.
Definitely.
So it's your first instinct, swat it.
Yeah, get it out of there.
Happened. Right. So then my daughter, she was sitting kind of like across from me. And she's like, Mom, she goes, I felt something touch my hair. And I said, okay, and then she started complaining of something like, she goes, I don't know what's happening with my emotions right now. She says, but I feel like I want to cry.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, so, and I'm trying to help her through this because she's working her way into this. And I'm like, well, hun, is it like a happy type of cry? Is it like a depressed and sad kind of cry?
Yeah.
Or is it, what kind of cry are we talking about? She says, just like sad, kind of like a sad, kind of cry. And I said, well, honey, just breathe through it. It'll pass. Just give it a minute, So she was breathing through and passed through it. Well, then another lady from behind me said, I just got touched. I'm like, okay.
Something's wanting to play now.
Yeah. So we were like, okay, this is good. And as we're watching down the hallway, going through the bathroom and into the other room and out into the auditorium, we start seeing this shadow coming in to the doorway at the very end. It blacked out the whole entire doorway. And then it kind of morphed into something that had a human-like appearance, a shadow human-like appearance.
Wow.
And it was standing right in the middle of the doorway. Then it kind of dissipated, and then it kept coming back as the shadow thing. Everybody was seeing it. So everybody started scooting where I was scooting in the middle of the floor so we can all look down through the thing. Because, we're not going to walk down it. We're not going to shine a light on it because I'm a
this
film
was
believer.
all females in there, right?
Flashlight. Yeah. Get yourself in a safe spot. Turn off your flashlight.
Yeah. Well, Nemo kind of Nemo caught that one. But all of them are women in there. Something got second base there.
No. It wasn't groping. It was just a touch. Anyway, so we're watching this thing, and I mean, it was moving in and out. It was like curious, peeking around, looking at us, and it'd go into this big, massive puff, kind of black mist, and then it'd go back into kind of a shape. It was really, really wild. And as we were sitting in there again, something tapped me on my nose, like right on like the middle of my nose on the side.
Really?
It just went, whoop. And then the next thing you know, my nose went super, super cold. Everything cold went around me. One of the ladies moved near me and said, it is extremely cold over here. I said, I know. And I said, my nose is frozen. And the next thing you know, my nose started to run. I was like, everything just on my face just went cold. And then my nose started to run. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Sounds like it came up and said, hey, let's give her a little bit of a touch. Neat.
Right. So, I thought that was kind of cool. And the shadow play was still there. But then it kind of
Yeah.
dissipated, and so we're
Yep.
like, okay, let's get up and move, because now, we usually hit something with all we have for like 15, 20 minutes.
Max.
But this
And
thing was
yeah.
going on for like 30, 35 minutes, which is usually, which is pretty long.
Yeah.
And so we decided that we were going to go downstairs. Well, later on, there was a group of us decided to go out into one of the outer buildings, which is the old gymnasium, which is now part of the
Okay.
wedding venue that they have now. It's more held for receptions there.
Yeah.
This is the newest building on the property, which was built in 1930.
Okay.
So in 1930, they built this thing. So, and it's a very unique type of structure.
Yeah.
It's mostly stone, but all of the I don't know how to put it. The ceiling has like really detailed wood things in there.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like if you took an accordion and spread it out and stuck it
Uh-huh.
up there. That's kind of what it looks like up there. Very beautiful, very, very beautiful, with a huge chandelier. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So we're all sitting in there. We
Yeah.
decided to do what's called a dual Estes method.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
Yeah.
this was used as the old gymnasium, but it's
Mhm.
not like we would think of a gymnasium today. This gymnasium, the seating was all up at the top on a balcony type thing, and then
Oh
the
wow.
court and everything is down on the bottom.
So it overlooked everything. You had to go up to the balcony from a different area. You couldn't get it
Yes,
from the floor.
exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So it looked like when you walked in the door, they had a room off, like maybe that's where the teams changed or the kids changed, into their
Yeah.
gym clothes,
Like a locker
whatever.
room. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't resemble that now, but I'm sure that's what it used to be.
Yeah.
And then back through there is a way that you can go up stairs to get
Okay.
up there to the other side. Which was super crazy how they built that anyway, but
Mhm.
whatever they needed to do in the 1930s.
Yeah. Go
So we
what
went
you
in
had.
there. Right. So we had what's called a dual Estes method. We've talked
Okay.
about the Estes method several times. So we
Yeah.
had one
Yeah.
person up on the stage at the very end.
Okay.
Okay. And then we had one person all the way down at the other end. And we were all in the middle, and we were asking the questions.
Mhm.
Well, at first, it was kind of like they weren't talking to each other. They weren't talking to us. They were just kind of spitting words. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like they have to warm up into this type of thing.
Yeah.
But then it got to the point where, they started talking with one another. And then we
They were talking
started
back and
hearing
forth to
things
each other.
to each other and to us,
Wow.
because one was saying, don't do that, because we were
Mhm.
kind of laughing about little stupid questions we were
Oh.
asking. And one says, don't do that. And the other one was saying, why? And then the other one would say, it's rude.
Then that's when I immediately stopped asking stupid questions right then and there.
Right. It got
Yeah.
serious super, super, super quick
Yeah.
after that,
I bet.
because everything started to, like, we were getting knocks all over the room when we were asking for them. You would hear it on the wood in the ceiling. You would hear it up from the balcony. We had a temperature control unit on the floor,
Yeah.
and it buzzed, meaning the temperature had dropped 5 degrees.
Yep.
Okay. And so we're like, all right, something's getting closer because the temperature is dropping in here. Now, this thing does have a regulated heat system in there.
Okay.
It was fairly warm, so the air would kick on, but it keeps the temperature regulated in this
Okay.
building.
All right.
So it wasn't dropping 5 degrees.
No.
Okay. It's regulated. It's not
Yeah.
dropping 5 degrees.
If it drops 5 degrees, you got something to look at.
Right.
Yeah.
So then, as we're talking, and then it starts getting really weird. One of the ladies that was down at the far end on the stage is like, her father was there, and she's like, she just kind of slid her earphones back a little bit because we're in the dark, but we can see a little bit. She slides her earphones back, and she's like, Dad. And he's like, what? She's like, come here. So he walks down there to get her, and she goes, I just need you here. I need to get up off the stage. Something is back here. She goes, I can feel it. I can hear it. I want to get out.
I want out of here. Yeah. I want off of here. Yeah.
I want off of here. But, as we do, we don't run.
No.
We ask for assistance, and then we'll move.
You tactically retreat.
Yes. Yes. So she comes out and she sits down, and we were sitting there for like 2 minutes. That, then the alarm goes off again. It dropped another 5 degrees.
Wow.
And then we started hearing stuff from up in the balcony. And, they have 4 distinct windows that you can see from downstairs because they're super high up, and there's 4
Yeah.
windows. And
Okay.
these are on the far right. They have 2 on the far right, 2 on the far left. So on the far right, we kept seeing a shadow moving across this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I see you. I definitely see you. The first picture I took, I caught it. I caught it in the window. There is a distinct black mark. You can tell that this is not a tree outside. This is something on the inside, and it is in the window.
Yeah.
And it is a large kind of looking figure thing. I don't want to say it is a human-like figure because I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Yeah, because if this is an entity, I don't know where it was in its manifestation.
Okay.
I mean, it could have been coming in or going out. I don't know, but we kept seeing it. Then we were hearing things rustle around up there. And I took pictures directly after that, and I never caught it again.
Yeah.
I caught it in the very first picture, and then the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. The 8 more that I took, never could get it in there.
Mm-mm. That's what gives you that pause for looking again and saying, okay, we've got something now.
Yeah. So I have all these pictures and only got it in one.
Yeah.
I did have to, I do have to say this. I did have to shift and take in a picture because the guy next to me got excited, and we were all sitting in chairs, and he stood up right in my
way. Yeah.
Right in the way, and I don't know, because with people's emotions, I'm careful. I don't ask them to sit down. Maybe their anxiety's at a high. I don't know. So I just kind of shifted and took the pictures. And
you don't want to yell out down in front.
Yeah. Sit down. Can you sit down?
Yeah. Well,
you just don't know.
As you're talking about that
sit
now,
down again.
I just want to bring this up for the listeners out there that don't know what the Estes method is. Just to be on the safe side, Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot brought it up. The Estes method uses a blindfold, headphone isolated listener tuned into a spirit box that speaks words that they hear while others in another area are asking questions where they can't hear the question. They can't give the answer. They have to repeat exactly what comes across those headphones. So, and like you said, it's aimed to capture the possible paranormal responses. So,
right.
I just wanted to get that in there because some people, I mean, we know what the Estes method is, and most of our guys out there in the chat knows what it is.
Right.
But somebody out there on the podcast world may not realize what the heck are they talking about.
Yeah. But I'm telling you this, we use blackout goggles. Okay.
Oh, well, and that's fine. Yeah.
Even if you open your eyes, you're not seeing anything. It's black. Nope. Yeah. Some people have sensory issues. Like if something touches their eyes are constantly blink or things like that. But you put goggles on, maybe you can open your eyes and you aren't seeing nothing.
Yeah.
It's just blacked out. So, I mean, it's good for a lot of people who have, like a sensitivity to being touched in the eyes. I am one of those people. Yeah. Don't touch me in my eyes. I don't like that. Even I have a hard time going to, the eye doctor and stuff, and they're touching your eye, and I like, stop it. I don't like it.
I had a couple of spots like that last night where it felt like when we see some of the black masses coming across, it felt like something was just lightly hitting the eyebrow or the eyelids, and the eyelashes. And I'm like, I would have to stop and I had to blink and make sure I had everything where it was supposed to be again before I kept going.
Yes.
So I was like, hey, you're getting a little bit close there, guy. You need to back up a little bit, all right?
Yeah. So the goggles will help alleviate anything like that. So you know that maybe it's not a hair caught in it or anything like that, because your goggles are going to completely cover and give you that space you need. So even if you have to open your eyes, even if you feel uncomfortable, you can open your eyes.
Gotcha.
But doing a sensory deprivation will heighten your other senses, and that's what this is basically about. It's to heighten your hearing and your other senses, including your sixth sense. So always remember that.
Yeah.
For me now, I don't have to wear the goggles. You just give me a pillow, a blanket, lay me in a corner, and put the earphones on me, I ain't opening my eyes. I'm good.
Yeah, you're gonna. Problem is, they won't get no responses out of you because you'll be asleep.
Oh no. I mean, I'll have the responses, but if I get comfy and get in the zone, yeah, I don't even have to do none of that. It's all
Yeah,
good.
this has been a pretty good one because we've actually blown 30 minutes with just talking about what we did yesterday.
Just yesterday. But
Yeah.
anyway, coming up on the show on Wednesday with the Paranormal Show and Tell, I do have those pictures. I'm going to send them to Randy. They are going to be shown on the show on Wednesday. So make sure you tune in for that. I have other things that we're going to show that day, but I do have the picture and you guys can let me know then what you think what's going on. I mean, it's an amazing story. And
Name,
it's the
I mean,
last
it's a
one of the
standing
year for
stone, by the way.
that location. So I'm like, man, that makes me sad. But it's good. It's good. I'm ready to move on to some pareidolia.
Yeah, I'm trying to get with Standing Stone here. They had sent me a picture, and I don't know if I saw it or not, and I can't find it in any of my emails or anything, either on the RNG woodworking one or on the Truth or Tinfoil one. So I was trying to get it resent because I really want to look at it because it said it's a ghost picture, but I wanted to look at it real good and before we bring it up, and then we'll bring him on and we'll let him talk about it and stuff. So, but that being said, we're gonna go to number one.
Oh well, let me get my hat ready. Gotta
Yeah,
get my hat.
well,
Everybody got their hat ready at
I'm not
home?
even. These are so great, shall we say, that I'm not even picking my hat up.
Well, I'm just gonna put my hat on, and it is Truth or
Okay,
Tinfoil, so we're going
then
with it. We're
you might as
going
well
with
leave
it.
it. You
Right.
might as
So
well leave it
everybody
on.
at home, just put it on your head. Just put it on
And
your head.
all you OU fans, yes, I know I'm covering up the Longhorns emblem. All right, got it. All right, here we go. The owner of this photo writes, as I was leaving work, I realized I'd forgotten my lunch inside. Upon turning around, I noticed a small face peering back at me from my child's room. I captured a photo of it. Startled, it could not have been my child there because they were any of my child. Now, here again, we've got to start really making kids learn grammar. Okay, it could not have been any of my children as they were at my parents' house at the time. What do you think of this?
What?
Huh? Yeah, that's kind of what I said. Now, I'm going to zoom just so we can get over to here. And so that way you can look and take the entire actual photo in and see how the levels of pixelation kind of broaden as you come across here, right? Versus the angle. That
There
could
ain't no
easily
telling
just
what that is.
exactly 100%. You can want to see it or whatever, but I'm sorry. It may be, but most likely it is not because you are coming up with this right here. And to me, that looks like somebody from the Little Rascals, and hey guys, that kind of thing.
Well, the
But
thing about it is when I'm looking at the picture, how are they pulling that clear of?
yeah,
How
because
are they
look
pulling
how
it that clear from that distance?
yeah, especially when I can zoom in and nothing here is clear at all. But when you zoom in here, well, I mean that's a pretty crisp line for being zoomed in that far, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was it looks
Oh,
like a baby photo of Sly and the Family Stone. Yeah, it very well could be that baby photo from that LP. It very well could be. It looks kind of like it, but either way, I mean, you're grasping, and the only reason it would cause you to grasp is because of that little light. If you're taking that picture right there, number one, I don't know why you take that picture to start with. No matter what you say, if you look up there and you see something, I don't know why I'd go pull my phone out or whatever, take a picture of a window. Okay, but that's the only thing. This little bit right here is the only thing that could cause you to make sure, oh, I need to look at this closer. But
well,
when you first zoom in, you can see how the it layers all the way across and kind of stops right here, depending on the angle that you're going at. So
Well, this is the thing. If you see something in a window like that, and then you take the time to take your phone out and then take a picture of it, that's been there for a while.
it should have been gone. Should have been gone.
They don't sit there, as we all know, that they're just like Bigfoot. It's like a wisp of a second. You know, you get a little bit of a look and then there they go. You know, it's not like they stay. They have to have built up energy to do that. And
And Standy Stone sees it now, you know, the face in the left window there. And the right
yeah,
photo is the zoomed in version. Now, once again, guys, when I go out and find this stuff and I see that somebody's gone to the links to put these two photos together into one, that tells me they're hiding something. First of all,
yeah,
okay,
or they've done something.
or they've enhanced, done
Enhanced it.
whatever. It doesn't make any difference.
Yeah.
Because once you do this, I know you've already messed with the photos. I need the real photos, and I've already told people I'm starting to carry
Just give me
spare
the photo.
Polaroids. Yeah,
Yeah.
whole
If you
whole
want,
hog,
yeah.
100%.
If you want to
So
enhance it, do it in a different photo.
yeah,
Don't put
so
them together. That's
yeah, that one was not a fun one. That one was not a fun one. Now these, you're just going to start rolling your eyes at these, and I'm going to read this before I start bringing these up because that was a good little
okay.
quote unquote write up here. We have a motion detector camera outside that alerts us when we have animals, etc., outside our home. Last night we didn't have animals. We had something else trigger the cameras. We would love to hear what you have to say about these strange pictures. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Here's the first one. Okay. This is supposed to be outside the home, right?
That's what they're saying.
But judging from the palm trees here, it's outside the home. I can dig that. But you're looking right at the moon. And it looks like a full moon, or it's a street lamp out there.
There looks like a whole bunch of lights out there. A whole bunch of
Yeah.
lamps. Like they have the front yard lit up.
Okay, so and that's all fine and dandy. But if it's a motion picture or motion activation, it could be any one of 100 things. Wind blowing something by, depending on how sensitive it is. Okay, you've got this one. Then you've got this one, and you see the time date stamp. Okay, does that or does not look like dust or something being blown at the camera?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I've caught a bunch of pictures like that when there's been dust or even dirt particles flying through the air at night and they're catching light.
Yeah,
That's what it looks like.
That's what's causing the motion detector, because there's that much of the dust being blown is going to cause the motion detector to trip.
It could even be raindrops in the wind. I'm serious.
Could be, because it looks like a kind of like a splash almost down here, doesn't it?
Yeah, like maybe the wind's blowing the rain a little bit.
Yeah,
That's what it's looking like to me.
yeah, because I can't tell if it's actually cloudy or not. I really can't. So
yeah,
I
and it's
thought
like
that
almost like the water is picking up the reflection of light, which we know it will.
Oh, in a heartbeat, And you know, I looked at this originally. I thought it was the moon, but it very well could have been some sort of street light out there, or a light that's on the side of the building right here that I just can't see. You know, it's so bright with the night vision, I cannot see. You know,
okay, so it looks like in between two houses is what it's looking like there.
Yep.
And it's probably a street light out in, or not a street light, but a yard light. You know how they put the decorative yard lights out?
Yeah.
That's what it's kind of looking like to me there.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then the last one. Now this was what gave it away for me for the water and the pebbles and
It's
stuff.
the water splotch.
See, that's what really gave it away for me. And they thought this was some sort of their actual orbs. I think now I'm thinking that they thought that this was actual orbs hitting and kind of doing their thing and becoming tiny little amoebas and starting their own little worlds or something. I don't know what they're thinking, but it is not anything near being paranormal.
So anybody who's rode in a vehicle at night when it's raining,
that's what you see.
has seen this.
Yeah.
Like, another car's coming at you,
Yep.
and then their bright lights hit your windshield, and then you hit. Yeah, everybody's
And your
seen.
dash cam gets it all the time too.
Yes, yes, everyone. Yes, that's what it is.
So yeah, I saw those. I was like, yeah, okay, we're gonna throw those out there and have some fun with them. I mean, because these all go pretty quick, when it comes to
Right.
this stuff. But these next ones don't have any sound or anything like that. But these are 2 videos. Okay, I found, and
Okay.
these were put out there on, and you'll recognize immediate. This is the first one. This is the augmented, enhanced, quote unquote version. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, that's. Are you happy now?
That's a car going by, everyone.
You think that's a
But
car?
I think it's a car going by. Yeah. And it's just catching the light reflection because it looks like it's rainy or foggy or whatever.
I was gonna say it's somebody walking down the street.
I don't think it is. I think it's a reflection of a car going by, and it's catching that lens because the lens is probably damp.
Oh yeah, and this one's zoomed in. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's zoomed in. Now the one after it though, there's the original photo or the original actual. I don't know why they thought they needed to zoom in and do anything with it, but see how far it
I
keeps
I,
going.
I, I honestly don't.
I think it's coming out of that house right there, and it's somebody walking down the street.
I don't know if that. I don't know
See if I can get it any
because
bigger.
well,
That's,
yeah.
that's the biggest I'm gonna be able
Depending
to get it,
on
unfortunately.
depending on the light refraction that this camera was getting, it
Yeah,
could have been a vehicle that had done past the house,
yeah, yeah.
and it's just catching that reflection off that light.
Yep. And I mean, like I said, it just looks to me like there's somebody coming out of this house. Let me see if I can get it to
Do it again. I
pop.
want to see again. I mean, there's a possibility. I mean,
Hang on. Hold on. Let me get back where I can get to it because it has decided it doesn't want to let me minimize it down none.
isn't that what happens when we do this?
Exactly. I mean, y'all saw I had something at the bottom. Now I don't.
Right.
Okay, we'll do it this way. I did an escape. I
Hey,
did
did
an
somebody
escape
pop
clause.
in here?
Yes,
Somebody pop
somebody
in.
popped in there. He's
Well,
trying
let
to
him
jump
in.
in. Huh?
Let him in.
I don't want to let him in. He put something up. I don't know why he's not there anymore. He was there a second ago. Now he's gone.
Uh,
He's there, but he's not there, and he's muted, and he's sitting there laughing. I think in the back, going, "I'm just gonna mess with him for a
you know
while."
what? Bring him up. Just let him sit there then.
Yeah, you just sit there
Yeah.
and be quiet. You just sit there and be quiet. There we go. About time you got squared away. So I'm gonna try and make
Loving
this
that
one go a
hat.
little bit slower this time.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
look at it. I think, like I said, I think it is cars past, and it's the light reflection or refraction catching off of either. This looks like very foggy, which that is
yeah, and
dampness.
that's the write up he gave with it. He said that he got a notice on his weather app that said he woke up it was foggy, so he checked his front door camera and saw this going down the road. Now, why being foggy would want me to go check my front door camera is
Yeah, well, I
or
don't. Yeah, I
whatever.
don't know about that.
So as
Why
you can
don't you just
see,
look out a window?
yeah, I I just think it's moving too slow to be a car, though.
Well, if it's in a neighborhood,
Yeah, I mean, I could see it, but that just looks to. We've seen how many motion, blurs in our time looking at these
and it could
security
be.
cameras.
It definitely
Yeah,
could be. The only problem I have with what you're saying is that this thing has an luminescence to it.
and see,
Play
I
it
see it
again.
as a reflection. So
Play it again.
I see leg movement too, though. That's my thing.
Well, it's bouncing like it's
You think?
running or walking.
Yeah, you see leg movement, really, don't you?
Yeah.
Here, go back again.
Somebody in a white jogging suit.
My problem with it was at first, I looked at it the first time. So if I was going to say anything about it being ghostly or paranormal, I'd have to say it'd be a turn of the century, somebody in a nightshirt type thing, walking out there. But again, we're talking about a security camera in the distance, through fog, through water vapor, and it's moving. And we already know their capture rates are not great. So,
Huh.
and it goes in front of the trees,
Yeah. I'm just not sold on it's somebody.
Oh, I'm not. I don't know
But
for sure what it is. I just know
I
it's not
do not
paranormal.
think that this is paranormal.
No, it's some sort of something with the actual what you call it, the camera. I think it's just picking it up wrong. So. But anyway, neither here nor there. That's why I wanted to get that one up there, because that was one of I had a couple of videos like that. Now,
Well,
we're gonna leave.
We are on the same page as that. It is.
Yeah, it's just not paranormal. But here's one that's not paranormal either, and we're going to go away from pareidolia now and go straight out. This is absolute hogwash. I'm trying to be polite in my wording, considering we're trying to get 5 more listeners or whatever to get to 300. I'm trying to be nice, people. Trying to be nice.
Yeah, we're trying to be nice.
But
Why are we
I'm going to
being
bring,
nice?
because I can. I'm trying to suck up to people. I'm going to start putting on that sweet Alabama accent so everybody's going to like me, okay?
That ain't gonna work no matter how
There
hard you
ain't
try.
but a couple of people can pull that off, and you ain't one of them.
You're right. I am not. And every time I talk to one of them, I'm like, "Will you please stop that?" It's all in fun though. Anyway.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
That's like Kristen and her Georgia accent.
Huh?
Kristen and her Georgia accent.
Oh, Kristen. Yeah, I thought she said Krista. I was like, when did Krista get a Georgia accent? Now, yes,
she
I've heard
even
Kristen
have a Southern accent.
I about to say she don't have no accent.
Right?
She's too far north.
Yeah, Pancho.
I wanna,
who made that for you?
One of our dear listeners.
Was it Mickey?
There you go. There you go.
They brought it to me to the conference. They made me 2 of them.
Really?
Sitting up there, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a staying home one and then his going out on the town.
That's right.
Well, you better keep it on this this one's got a big old write up. This came from the crypto. Yeah, you've seen this bad boy. You've seen this bad boy, hadn't you?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. This one. This is on February 11th, 2017. The YouTube channel, I don't know if I should even say their name, released a video containing this photo and one other. The photos belong to a man named, I can say it either way because it's from 66 anyway. Actually, the photos belong to a man named Paul Howard. Howard's original video was published on March 3rd, 2017. It features this photo, several others, but no longer is available.
Okay, back up. Hang on. So this is actually a video? Is it still off of a video?
Pictures from a video. It's pictures from a video.
Stills from a video.
Stills from a video, quote unquote. Okay.
Now, I'd have to see the video.
Once again, quote unquote. There is no video for us to look at because that video, the original video is gone. They got the other channel video is still up there, but it's the only one that's up there. Now, according to this though, 100%. There's no doubt in my mind. But here's the claim for it. Howard claimed to have found the photos while cleaning out his grandfather's things. The above photograph appears to be 2 human figures, blah, 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 one larger, one smaller. Howard said the words "walking the dog, state lands, 1966" scrawled on the back of the photo. Okay. So this was supposedly taken in 1966. while this, I'm guessing he's thinking why this guy was out while he was out walking his dog. It looks more like he's walking the dog there, but once again,
okay, well, do you see the Asian looking face? Donnie's in this picture. It's over here on the right hand side.
oh yeah, right. You're talking about this one right over here.
Can you zoom in on that? Donnie's in there.
Pareidolia. Actually, it looks more like the floor of the, what do you call it when you zoom in? It looks better back here.
Yeah.
It looks like Ho Chi Minh now.
Yeah.
So anyway, so as I was reading on this, I'm reading all this. I'm not trying to be really messing with people type thing, but I'm like reading it and I'm getting a headache as I'm reading it. Okay. Because as they keep talking about, well, this video's gone now, but this video's still up. Whose videos, what, where, what the heck's going on with it? Okay. And there's another video channel that did it as well and denounced all of it as a hoax. Well, anybody looking at it knows this is a hoax. Now we're going to zoom in. It doesn't belong. Even in the snow, it doesn't have no snow on it. If it's supposed to be what they say it is anyway, there's no snow on the creatures at all. There's nothing reflecting off them. It's just black splotches that have been smacked on this canvas. That is all it is. So I was like, yeah, this is no bueno, guys. No bueno at all.
So hear me out.
I don't know if I want to right now.
Have you ever heard of these content creators that
Oh
will
yeah.
make or hoax a video, but they will actually give a telltale sign and put like maybe like this, like the picture of themselves in the woods, like obscured, but it's there, it's visible. That's
it's
what
like
it kind of reminds me of. You know, that this is a hoaxer and he's over here with his little face over here going, ha 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 ha, see?
Yeah. Now,
you know what I mean?
don't get me wrong. I know Text is not on Facebook, but this thing has been all over the place. And you know where I got it from? From Cryptozoology News. Winnie and that bunch, she had it out there. Now, Winnie's great. She puts stuff out there. She says, this is the story, whether here it is. You do what you will with it. You take it for what it's worth, okay? She doesn't sit there and give her opinion on a lot of anything, other than her cat, okay? But anyway, I'm sorry. I mean, this one, I was like looking at it, I was like, I don't know if I'd have wasted my keystrokes to actually put that out there. It just doesn't even match the rest of the picture. You know what I mean? It really looks like a dark splotch on a picture that then another picture was taken. So,
kind of, because you would expect for something with long hair that is exposed to the elements, they would show some signs of, I don't know, like, you know, I call them snowbirds, but you know, where they get the snow clumps in their hair, and you would expect to see something like that is exposed to the elements. I'm not seeing any of that.
Oh, well, yeah, 100%.
Well, even like if you're walking through the trees, you end up with snow on your shoulders, on your head, or whatever.
Yeah. It's too clean, isn't it? They're too clean for going through a snowy area.
Yep.
So yeah, that was one of the ones I was like, no bueno. But I wanted to say once again, we either have pareidolia or we can have somebody just outright playing games. So, okay.
Well, let me ask you, Randy, since we're on, since we're on the subject of pictures and stuff.
Okay.
That thing that showed up on camera out at Dogman Ranch.
I haven't even seen it yet. I haven't had a chance to go through any of the stuff. I've been gone and with wedding and everything else since you've been sending me other stuff. So I have not had a chance to go
I'll give you a little background on it when you get a chance to look at it.
Yeah.
It's just me out there, and I'm 40 yards in the woods from everybody. I can't see anybody's lights or nothing. Okay. It's dark. The only thing I got going is a phone.
Okay.
Right. And I never saw this thing, and it's 10, 12 feet from me. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I'll take a look. I mean, because I don't know if he sent me the actual picture, or if he sent me it as part of the videos. That's the thing.
Well, I'll have to look, see if I've got the raw footage.
Yeah. If you can find it.
I don't know if Erlison sent it to me or not, but I mean, it happened. Well,
he's been sending everything to me.
Live.
Okay. Then he's sent me everything that he's got. He's sent it to me. I've got video of everything.
So he wouldn't have caught that on his body cam. He wasn't there.
No, I'm talking about his wife's stuff as well. He sent me whatever videos he's got. He sent.
Yeah.
So
But
if it's in there, I'll find it.
but this showed up on the live on the phone I was using.
Oh, okay. So then it would have
It
been
came
on
off the
yours.
show.
Yeah.
I'll have to take a look
Okay.
at that stuff because we had a problem when we were sitting there watching it. There a lot of times when you were moving and stuff, we couldn't see a lot of
Yeah.
the stuff that you were showing. So,
Well, see,
but
that's
yeah,
just it. I never saw this thing until we did the show after the live when I was
yeah,
back home. And
yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, what was that? And we had to go
Okay.
back and look at it, go back and look at it, go back and look at it. So
Yeah, when you get a chance, look at it again. Give me the time step, and I'll get that pull up that odd or
Yeah.
that actual video,
Hmm.
and I'll look at it closer. So
okay.
Right.
yeah. So, but yeah, that's another one. I mean, we spent 30 minutes talking about our stuff over just yesterday. So,
Yeah, just
but
yesterday.
yeah, this one's going to be a fun one for you though.
Oh,
This
great.
is going to be a real fun one. This is so bad. I actually did 3 pictures. I only wrote on here just says self-explanatory is all it says.
All right.
Okay. This is the first picture.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I see it.
Here
Wait a
comes the
minute,
full
wait a
picture. I'm sorry. I'm laughing. I keep laughing because look closer now. Look closer. Because you're gonna look closer and see this, okay? Why have I got these 3 dots right here, first of all? Okay. Either way. Okay. Now we got that look closer. But is it just a normal photo? Now, I'm gonna explain some stuff to y'all. And I'm gonna show you what you're looking at when you're talking about some photoshopping inaccuracies. Look at her hair. First rattle out of the box. First rattle out of the box. Not even the one on the corner that they want you to look at. Look at her. What do you see that's wrong? You've got depth of the hair right here. You can see individual strands and such, and there is nothing but blur here going down to the ear. Look at her around her head. See here where it's been smudged in.
Yep.
This entire photo is photoshopped. If you look back again, you got what is supposed to be, I think, a light fixture here. I got money that says this entire back wall was put in, and this was just a picture of somebody right there. There's nothing here for this to be reflecting on. There's nothing back here, and as it comes down, you see it kind of cuts off the stuff, the markings on the actual hand towel dispenser.
Yeah.
So is this just like how to show you a Photoshop?
It's how to show somebody, hey, see this back here that they're trying to tell you?
Mm-hmm.
Don't look at what they're telling you first, okay? I mean, that looks like just a really pissed off woman mad at you for actually taking a picture in the bathroom, okay?
I was like, well, it's not the photo's not that big of a deal anyway. So what? Somebody's looking around the wall. Big
But
deal.
I'm telling you, it's made its rounds around out on Facebook. Like this is a gold medal moment, okay? And everybody everybody in the comments is in there going, "Are you people serious about this?" And I love it because they're like calling everybody out. Of course, this person just disappears. There's nowhere to be found, nowhere anything. But you know what they got? They got their page, got a lot of clicks.
Of course.
Yeah,
So,
because people are looking to see what they're trying to say. I mean, it's
exactly.
clickbait. It's clickbait.
Exactly. But at least, I mean, we can kind of read what's going on down here. Thank you for keeping the toilet clean. She gotta be a short.
Oh,
She gotta be a short little girl. She gotta be a short little girl. Anyway, I always thought that was funny. That one was funny because I even showed it to my wife, who is a Photoshop warrior, shall we say? She's like, "What? Are you kidding me? Don't even make me look at that crap."
Yeah, that's just one of those pictures that you really have to be into the debunking and all of
Yeah.
that to understand what was happening there. Because somebody who wasn't looking for that little itty bitty face, they'd have never saw it.
Yeah, you wouldn't have gone looking for it. You would not have gone looking for it.
No.
And this one right here, like I said, this is one of those things. Like I keep seeing it, and I've seen it on at least 6 different groups, at least that whole series. And I'm like,
stop spreading stuff
stop
like
spreading
that.
the stupid. Okay, ladies
That's
and
what's
gentlemen,
wrong
plug your
with
ears
today.
if you're offended. Plug your ears if
Well,
you're offended. We used to have safety briefs, right, in the military. What was my only thing I ever said in the safety brief? Don't do dumb shit.
Well, yeah.
This is dumb shit.
Well, yeah. I mean, considering that we are having a hard enough time going through, even legit sites, finding evidence put out there that is legit.
Right.
Well,
It
that
is.
goes
It
to
is.
show.
It's to the point now. Like 90% of this crap that is put out there is screwing people up, and they don't know what's real and what's fake. So if we are
Yeah.
creating more skeptics,
That's a good thing.
by doing what we do, well, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. And they don't even realize they're doing it. They're just wanting to make the clicks. That's it.
Right.
But
Right.
now, that being said, though, I mean, when we're educating people and we're talking about it and trying to say, hey, don't do this, don't do that, let it, your research, your evidence needs to be able to stand on its own. Anybody should be able to look at it, and anybody looking at it should be able to verify what they're seeing.
Yes.
And
Yes.
this goes across cryptid community, this goes across paranormal community and UFO community.
Yes.
And yes, I'm not saying UAP, forget that.
We refuse.
Exactly. The whole in search of gambit that we're talking about here, okay?
Yes, we're refusing. The UAP is not here.
You do know that I got one from the Alamo, though, right?
What's that?
I got one. This one came from the Alamo. Guy took this
Okay.
on
Let's go for the
a tour.
Alamo.
This is the Alamo, okay? And you see where they're doing the construction stuff and the renovations behind it, okay?
Which is
He takes this
ongoing.
picture.
Yes.
You see anything in this picture? I'm not
No.
even going to sit there and I'm not going to pull it up. I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to say, you see anything in this picture?
I do
They were on
not.
a ghost tour by the Alamo at the time. They were at Casa Navarro at 10 p.m. in a secured area or secluded area. No traffic, no other tours, and people walking around. I felt as I was being watched, so I turned around.
Okay,
snapped
so I
a picture.
see a couple of things that could be pointed at.
What?
I see. I'm going to pareidolia the hell out of this. I see
you ain't even come close yet.
Okay, so bottom right of the door, the brown spot looks like the brown spot looks like a little girl in a dress. Upper middle.
Put your hat back on. You're being affected.
You're being affected.
Upper right hand portion of the door in the middle, or no,
Right
on
here.
the right hand side.
Right here.
Yeah, on that pane on the right hand side.
Okay, here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like an owl.
Somebody peeking out. Now, let's see.
You even got her jaw agape. Her jaw's agape going, what?
Let's see how many faces I can pick out of the bricks here.
Well, I see a few of them. I see a few faces in there.
If I wanted the faces in the brick, I'd have put circles on this thing, okay?
We could have put 100 circles on this, but
yeah.
But I see nothing that states it's evidence.
Now I'm going to show you exactly what they put up as being what they caught.
Okay.
I will even zoom in a little bit just so you can kind of see.
No.
What?
There's a skeleton in the middle of the road.
There's I don't know what that is.
That's what it looks like.
It's what causes me to beat my head against the tables. Is what it does. That's
it's a light effect, if anything.
Yeah, Cool Hand got it right. Cool Hand got this one right though. Your mind's being taken over by the pareidolia. It's infectious.
It is infectious. It
It
is.
is.
It's taking over
And we're
millions of
joking
people
about
every
it.
day.
Yeah, we
Every
joke
day.
about it, but it does. It really does.
Absolutely. That's what I keep telling people. Man, you can take any picture anywhere and pick faces out all
Yeah.
day long.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
It
Yes.
doesn't mean they're paranormal or cryptid. It does not.
No.
Especially in a woodline.
Right.
Oh God. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. This is from a couple of months back. I went with some people once again out in Mineola area. They took me to what they call the dog or the Bigfoot Bridge, which supposedly has had Bigfoot sightings at this bridge several times. Well, we get there and I get out and I'm looking at the bridge. They got the lights on and everything. It's at night. And, as you crest, it looks like there's something on the other side. I'm thinking it's a critter that's trying to, like a raccoon or something, trying to get across before, we come up on it. But I get up there and then it's just not there anymore. It's gone. But you could see the movement beforehand. It's like, okay, well, that was kind of weird. And then we focus, and I swear to God, I got a full blown. I wish I did not have a camera with me. I didn't have my audio with me. I didn't have anything with me. But I'm out there looking at the stand of trees, and I've got a full blown video or eye full of zombie road style silhouettes. And it is like, it isn't like they're standing there just like shadows. They're doing this. I'm thinking, well, there ain't no wind. How in the heck is it doing that if there ain't no wind? So anyway, that was a wild one. I wish I just did not have my phone or anything ready. Once again, we talked about this before. I ain't got nothing ready. Oh crap!
I didn't do nothing either last night. Remember?
Yeah. So I mean, it happens. It happens. It hits you when you least expect it. I wasn't expecting seeing anything out there. I really wasn't. That's why I didn't have anything with me. So, but I saw it and I was like, I want to come back here. I want to come back here and just sit here for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, so
yeah. That's what I'm.
let me go. Pull that off now. I'm done.
Okay, we're done. We're done for today. Okay. Well, we're done for right now. I'm sure I'm going to see like 10 more things before I go to bed.
Yeah, you have fun with that.
Yeah.
Go out on Facebook. You'll see a whole bunch of things.
I know it. It's sad. It's sad.
It is. It really
Randy,
is. And
just let me say real quick how much I love your hat.
Which one?
Hat.
He wasn't giving me any props at all for still wearing this.
Well,
you're a Texan.
You're a Texan.
Well, are you saying you're trying to corrupt her?
It's expected, Randy. It's expected.
It depends on which one of the chat you talk to.
I'm in Missouri. It's not expected.
Yes, it is. Now you're part of this group. One of us. One of us.
See, Brandi,
I have my Texas hats now in AKA Bucky's hats, and I love them.
Brandi wants to be a Texan really bad.
I do. I just need the money to be a Texan.
Yeah, so do we all.
A real Texan. I want the money to be a real Texan.
Well, considering I can't win the Mega Millions no more because somebody won it, and now I'm stuck trying to go after the Powerball again. That's my retirement plan right there. Win the
Powerball. That's it.
and
Tex will understand this. I want enough money to have a real big gate in Texas.
Yeah.
To go into a third of an acre area, you want a big old gate?
No.
Well,
it's
the joke is the more money you have, the bigger the gate.
Well, yeah. Or the bigger the hair. Depends on which woman you're talking to. The bigger the hair.
Well, Tex, we didn't think about that. That is true.
Yeah. I do love me some big hair.
Yeah, I remember. And
I remember.
Honestly, I watched that first episode of Landman today. I'm sitting there going, like, oh my God, this is Alito all over again.
Right?
Oh Lord. All right, let's end the show up because we're already 10 after. 10.
Yeah, before we go off the deep end. Too late. All right.
Too late.
Thanks, guys, for being with us. we gonna figure out something next week. It's gonna be a different one. I think we need to go to a location next week. So
I think
I'll
we
start
do
doing
too.
some looking. Yeah, it's about time
Yeah.
to go globe hopping.
Yeah, but don't forget to everybody to tune in on Wednesday to the Blondes and Boos channel for the Paranormal Show and Tell.
Yes.
We're coming up with real stuff. We have real stuff that we know is real, and we're going to look at it. So make sure you tune in. That is at 7 p.m. Central on Wednesday. Don't forget, Texas Front Porch on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Central. He has the Night Owl on Tuesday at 10 p.m. Central.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Wednesday, of course. We just talked about that. Thursday, Blondes and Boos at 8 p.m. Central. Check those all out, and we'll see you next week, everybody.
I'll see you tonight on Monica's show.
Yeah, and Monica's show tonight. And are you showing up for Ball Pit?
I don't know. When is it?
8:30.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it'd be me and Paul for sure.
Here we go. We'll talk about this backstage. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Stop pushing me around.